silence if they want to camp. You see how that makes sense? You're spending the points in order to stop somebody from getting you, like an IED, a Claymore, SATCOM, those things. Whereas Amplified, you don't need to spend nothing. You just know that it's twice the distance, and you just look at the direction where you hear the footsteps, and that's it. And if you're at any range and if you're using the marksman or assault rifle, SMG guy can't even touch you. So this is why it's so bad. First of all, SMGs and SMG rushers are nullified in Call of Duty Ghosts because of 1 2-point perk. 2, the amplified perk destroys the whole creative perk pick system in the first place. Because why would you use anything else if you're going to just use Amplify and you can hear some 24 UAV sound horror, 1 perk, camping at that? And it's even worse because it's a 6v6 game, and it's not like, you're dealing with multiple footsteps. You're dealing with, okay, I'm only have to worry about 6 people, so if it's not my teammates off the minimap, well, there they are. It's not that hard to take on 6 people holding down a spot. And so it becomes, okay, the focus of this game has went away from assault and SMGs to support and using support streaks that stack, and then can help you get to the KEM through gun kills because of that. It's not right, and it needs to be fixed. So if you see this and you need to tweet Mark Rubin, Zach Volker, I don't know, the community manager at Call of Duty is the worst community manager. You can't make any sense without her getting offended and taking something personal instead of just being a community manager, doing your job. So I don't know, what the problem is there, but if they see this, please let them know. Amplified is going to destroy this game. You can't have SitRep Pro for Modern Warfare 3 because this isn't Modern Warfare 3. This is creative perk system. You want people to be creative with their perks to give them an advantage over another person, and it has to be balanced, a fine balance there. When you have Amplify, which is a 2-point perk, it's way overbalanced because there's no counter for it, and you can hear footsteps 24/7, 360-degree all the way around you. You don't even have to move. If anything, if you're going to balance it, Dead Silence should trump Amplified. And if you're not going to do that, Mark Rubin and Zach Volker over there at Infinity Ward, then you need to move Amplified over to 7 points. And it should only be for people who use the knife only. That makes sense because the sound leads you to where somebody is at. And if you're a knifer and you don't have bullets to kill them, then yes, it makes sense. That perk makes perfect sense. This could have been all avoided like months and weeks ago if we had been able to beta test and you could have tested this game out. Unfortunately, that's the way it is. The silencers are pretty strong. The pistols have been nerfed. They're not like they are in Black Ops 2. Thank God they finally listened to that. Also, the point system is completely different in this Call of Duty. Now, in this Call of Duty, you don't get, you get 8 slots. Each slot is a prestige slot. So remember, you used to go 1 through 10, and then you would prestige all your stuff up to 10. Now it's one character who prestiges up to 10, or one character who prestiges, and then you go to the next slot and prestige that character. But in doing so, you have a certain amount of allotted points to get there. And points are hard to get in this game. So you have to be careful what you get. And you need points to unlock everything. Unlock kill streaks, unlock perks, unlock tactical, smoke, lethals, everything. And so you have to be very careful. So when you get this game and people who have everything unlocked, that's going to be a huge advantage over people. Also, the other thing I want to talk about in this game that, some of the pros and some of the cons, the slide, the lean, and the vaulting, I think that because of Amplified, people are not going to be able to experience these new things in the game, and that's a shame. Because there's no point because if you have amplified on, you slide, you can still hear them anyway. So there's no really any point because you can hear people coming from a mile away. You're not sneaking sneaking up on anybody. So those are the things in the game as of right now. Multiplayer, I think the maps are just getting too big for some of the stuff in there. Other than that, I think the weapons, there needs to be color correction too. The color correction in these maps, if you're going to think of a game, it's exactly like Modern Warfare 3, which I don't know why they put so much emphasis on that. But I can say this. They did make an improvement from Modern Warfare 3, but SITREP Pro, I mean, it's just, come on. It's just way overpowered. The assault rifles are pretty good. The SMGs don't have the range they used to. A lot of weapons can shoot off the hip, don't need steady aim. The pistols are terrible. Explosives are balanced. Everything else is pretty much balanced in the game. Hit detection is really good in this game. And you can find games. And another great thing is they fixed on this as well is that if somebody leaves the game in their host migration, it finds a host immediately, and they give them the whoever has the best connection host. And I really appreciate that. So overall, I think the game, if they fix Amplified and bring back Ground War, I think this could be the best Call of Duty to this date. I mean, and that's not saying much, but I mean that's good. I can respect that. Another thing I noticed too is that this is, like I said, this game's more based on weapon gameplay. The assault perks are not that good. They're just basically as terrible as every other. These are probably the worst assault perks that I've ever seen. The support perks seem to be the best right now, and specialist is completely different now. You have to pick 3 perks, and then no matter what they are and whatever the point total they are, they could equal, like, you get 1 row of them, and then your second row can only equal up to 8 points. So you can pick the really hard perks in the beginning, but whatever combination on the bottom has to be 8, and you don't get to unlock all the perks. You only get to unlock what you put in those boxes. So Specialist is not that. Specialist is pretty weak, to be honest with you. Because of the fact is that it's 6v6. So if anybody gets a chem strike, it's going to either be a full party and somebody giving this person support, or they're cheating or whatever it is. It's going to be really hard to get a chem strike. So unless you're just going against a terrible, terrible team. Other than that, because it's all weapon based. So I hope you enjoyed this first day review. I hope to God they fix Amplified. This isn't 8 months out the road. This isn't the game's over and the next Call of Duty's coming out. No. Please fix Amplified. The reason fix Amplified, it's a 2-point perk. It dominates every other perk in the creative perk system. This perk, with certain setups like Marksman and Assault, dominate SMG players. They can't even get close. The bullets can't even reach them. So you nullify not only the perk system itself, because there's no point in being creative because the Amplify perks is super powerful 2-point perk, is the fact that the SMGs are useless now. You're not even going to be able to get close, like I said, 59 inches. Pow, pow, pow. So anyways, that's my video. Until next time, until the next review, hopefully we see some patches. Peace. I'm out.